Start. Hello, everybody, wherever you're watching us from. Thank you for joining us on the She Speaks show. And this is the first episode of Talk with ONOSE Lawrence. I know you're happy about that, and I am also happy. Thanks to you because you brought us this far with your support, likes, and comments. So, today is the first episode, like I earlier said, of Talk with ONOSE Lawrence. And today we're having a beautiful, wonderful guest because I know you're happy to meet her. So, let's meet her. Hello, Ma.
Hello,
How are you doing today?
very good.
All right. Please, can you tell us a little about you?
How I'm Titilayo Babatunde by name.
Okay.
My fans call me Unique Praise
All right.
because I sing.
Okay.
I'm a music minister. So
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so please, can you like tell us emphasize a little bit more on you? I would like our guests to get to know you better. Like you already said, you sing. You're a music minister. So, like, what other things do you do?
to the glory of God, I'm a decorator and a baker.
Amazing, amazing.
I'm a decorator and
That's
a baker.
amazing.
And
Okay, for the fact that you are into music, you're a music person, and you have other jobs that you do. So how are you able to balance work and balance your family relationships with friends and others?
wow, it has been so easy. I don't want to say
It's
it's
hard.
the other way around. So,
Okay.
but the thing is, you have to let your people know that this is what I do, and
Yes.
it
Yes.
requires it takes a lot of your time.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter how busy you have to still create time for your people.
Oh yeah.
So, and God has been helping us to manage and balance it all together.
You know that there are some friends who will be like, I've been calling you, I've been trying to reach you, it's not going through, what's wrong with you? Some people does not even want to understand the fact that you're busy, that you have a job at hand. So how do you
Yes.
cope with such friends?
Yes, I have some people like that. Some people will be like, you didn't ask of me. It's been a while. You didn't check on me.
Mm.
But all I will ever do is to apologize to them for not asking of them and
Yes.
to say, ask them as well that why is it that you two don't check on me too?
Yes, yes.
Because it shouldn't be it shouldn't be me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, so I have a really technical question I would like to ask you. And
okay,
I did a topic as of last week, and
okay.
it got some kind of reactions. So, I want to know from you what you think about staying in an abusive marriage. For some people, they feel like I should do it because of my kids, because I have kids. Let me just stay with that man. So, what do you think about that?
Ah, that's a very serious issue. um, I wouldn't want to say it's the best to stay.
Mm,
But my little advice would be is that if you are in an abusive marriage,
yes.
um, you can at least separate for a while to
Okay.
see if the man will change.
Okay.
Because when it's getting out of and like the man is beating you every now and then,
Yes.
so it may lead to something else. In fact, it may even it may cost you your life.
Yes.
So I don't think I would advise that someone should stay in an abusive marriage. You can separate for a while to
Okay.
see if it's gonna work.
All right. Separation is okay. Let's put it that way. But what if in a situation, for instance, you went out to the market or you went to the office and on getting back, you find your husband in a manner that is not appropriate? What would you do? Would you still like, okay, let me forgive him, let me see if he will change or something? Would you stay? Because if it was another situation where, okay, let's say something else entirely, probably is beating the woman or using abusive words emotionally for the woman. In that situation, we can say, okay, let's go for counseling, right? We can say, okay, let's watch if he will change. But what if in a situation where that is not the case?
That's a very serious thing. Ah, notwithstanding, patience is required.
All right.
At least you still have to have a lot of patience
Yes.
to see if it's gonna change
Mm-hmm.
or in a situation whereby the man is not changing. And another thing I want to say is at least you would have seen signs.
Mm-hmm.
You would have seen all these red flags.
Yes. Yes.
even some ladies will even ignore. They will ignore those red signs. They will, hoping that it will change. They will change. So it is a thing that you've known before. So it shouldn't be new to you.
Yes.
So it's definitely you made up your mind that you're going to you will endure. So
All right. Okay. So in cases like that now, your advice to us now is like, don't stay when it comes to that kind of
when
way.
when it's going to cost you your life, I won't advise that you stay.
All right, all right. So for those of us who does not know the major topic as to which we're talking about, we are into friendship, relationships in marriage. So if you have any question relating to that, please drop your questions on the comment section and we'll definitely attend to you. Okay, so would like to know, do you consider abortion a sin? You know, for instance, in marriage, do you think it's a sin when you do it while in marriage? Because most people would say that when you are not married, like you're just dating and you do abortion is a sin. So if it's concerning marriage, is it a sin? Do you think it's a sin?
I think even when you are married and when you are not married, it's still the same thing. It's a process whereby a life is being murdered. So
Oh, okay.
it's still the same thing. You can't justify. You can't use marriage to justify it that it
Okay.
is right thing to do.
All right, all right. Because I actually saw somebody recently who told me that when you're in marriage and you're doing an abortion, probably because you don't want kids anymore and it just happened, you just like, okay, let's just remove it and things like that. So because it's marriage, I think it's justifiable. So
No, no, no. I'm not in support of that. Since they know that they are no more in need of kids, then
yes.
the woman should have gone for family planning. Then
All
that's the
right.
best option.
All right. All right. All right. Okay, so during courtship or relationship, like dating,
Okay.
do you think that a lady, you know, now some ladies these days they will just pack their load once the relationship is up to like, let's say 1 week,
Months.
1 month, they will just carry their load, bang bang, they have gone to the guy's house to start staying. Do you think it's advisable for a lady to actually move her things to the house of a guy to stay just because they are dating or something?
They are married already. What else? The purpose of marriage is for the both the couple to come together.
Yes.
And since you are living together, so you are married already. So I don't what is it that they
Okay.
want to do again? You are married already. You are already living together. So you are living a couple's life already.
Okay, so for ladies who do that, because I think for my own opinion, I think it's part of the reasons why guys devalue ladies these days,
Yeah.
because I'm not married to you and you're staying with me, we're
Yes.
doing everything that married couples are supposed to do.
Hmm.
Like what would be for instance, you see somebody who is in that kind of a situation, who is open, because some people will not like you to talk to them, but if you see somebody who is open
Open.
and willing to listen, what would be your advice to that kind of person?
Okay. To a lady like in that kind of situation, I would advise there will always be a way out.
Yes.
You will definitely have someone that you can live with
Yes.
aside the guy.
Yes.
So it's not a must you keep living with a guy, because some may say that it's because they are stranded, they have no place to live. But I know that definitely there will be someone that you can run to.
Actually,
So
that's very true. That's very true. Okay, okay, that's a good one. Um, what do you think is the reason or the major reason to broken homes these days?
um, one of the things that is causing broken home is this. I think understanding,
Okay.
because some ladies, when they're of age, like they are in their late 20s, early 30s,
Yeah.
and they are being pressurized, go and marry, go and marry.
Yes.
They can when they don't even take their time to know the guy they are dating, but they just want to marry.
That's very
So
true.
in a you how do you want to cope with a guy that you don't even know much about?
Yes.
You don't understand each other.
That's true.
Even couples that have been living together for years, it will still take them time. So many years
Yes.
before they will understand each other.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when now that you don't even know the guy you are dating, maybe some may even it may even be 3 months. No, I'm not saying it's until you spend a lot of time in courtship before you know the guy, but
Yes.
at least. So I think that's one of the reasons that is causing a
Okay.
broken home. And another thing is relatives. Some
Okay.
relatives, when we have some guys that doesn't have the mind of their own. Some guys, they can't really take decision that this is what I want to do and they will stand on it.
Yes.
Some people, some guys, I'm sorry to say, if they want to do anything, they will have to run to their mom or dad. I want to do this thing. So it is what their parents said. That will be what they will do.
Yeah.
So how do you expect? To me, I don't see such a man as a man who is matured enough
To get married.
so how do you expect that man to handle his own without having issues?
Okay. So what would you say is the solution to broken marriage? Because if you check these days, recently you see that the rate at which divorce is going on. If you check on your social media handles, you will see husbands beating their wife. I was even watching a video and a couple, they were getting married, traditional wedding actually, and the husband, I don't know what the wife did, but the husband just and slapped the wife. Funny enough, the marriage continued after that slap. So what would you say is the solution to this kind of situations? Because many of us actually ignore those red flags and just continue with what we think is best for us, being controlled by emotions at that time. So what would you think is the right thing for us to do when we're in that kind of
As a
situation?
lady, as a guy, if you want to marry anyone, I think our advice that you know the person you want to marry. Understand the wife, understand the woman you want to marry, understand the man you want to marry.
Okay.
And another thing is if you are marrying a career woman,
Yes.
because these things do cause issues in some homes. If you are marrying a career woman rather, you ought to have known that this woman I'm marrying is going to be busy, and if it is a career man also, you would have known that this man that I want to marry is going to be a very busy man.
Yes.
So those things, there are so many things that we neglect when we are courting. So many talks that we ought to discuss, so many issues that needed to be has been discussed. So we do neglect it because I just want to marry. So I would just advise if you are getting married to a man, you are getting married to a woman, know the woman you want to marry, discuss so many issues, so many things that you know that you sense that can cause issue in your home.
Yes.
It's better to discuss it, and if it is convenient for you, go ahead with the relationship. If it is not convenient, then stand back out. So
Okay, all you guys, you're hearing now that they said before we that are single, talk to your partner, consider a lot of things. Ask from him, ask from her, talk, communicate, and then you will know if you are in a position to get married to that person, or if you are emotionally strong to even get married to the person. Because many of us actually were not emotionally strong for what we're going through.
so men,
Okay.
we have some men that they have do's and don'ts. The way some men they rule their whole life, you be like,
Yeah.
and ladies too. Ladies too, the way they rule their whole life,
Yes.
the way they do their own things. We have some ladies now. You know, we are different from each other.
That's very
Even
true.
the children, if you can't tell me that the way that you and your siblings, you have the same character.
No,
So
not at all.
we are different from each other.
Yeah.
So not to now talk of you, we are coming together from different homes. The way you were
Yes.
brought up is different from the way I was brought up.
Yes, that's
So
very
we can't have the same attitude.
That's true.
So definitely we have to at least tolerate each other and
Okay.
discuss so many things.
All right.
Some people, if they play this book or phone and you touch it, it will be another thing. So understanding is what I'm
Yes,
on.
yes. Okay. Um, what would you consider, in relationship, if a guy is talking to you in an abusive manner or beating the lady or something, they'll say that's toxic. That's because they're in a relationship. But in friendship, people don't really talk about these things, that some friendships are actually toxic. You're not dating, we're just friends. Probably they say best friends, like they call it these days, my bestie, and all that. So, like, what would you consider being toxic in a friendship?
Um, how do I answer this now? Definitely, people will always know you for who you are,
Yes, that's
and
very true.
there will definitely be something that you would not like. Someone like me, you can't just take me for granted. I don't like it. You can't take me for granted. Like, maybe I am open to you. I'm always available for you,
Yes.
and when it now comes to my own time, we are now acting. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't like stuff like that.
Yes,
So I would rather stay on my lane as well.
Okay, okay, okay. So, are there any other things, like aside from being taken for granted or things like that, that let me put it this way. For instance, you're playing with your friends, based on, okay, we don't be party for a very long time and all. You're playing with him, he or with her, and in a closed and enclosed, probably in your house or something, and then the friends jokingly insults you, yeah, you're going to actually like, okay, consider that because you're joking, you feel like you're joking. But like my mom would say, she said that sometimes there are some insults that people cannot insult you directly, and they put it inside jokes. Okay, for instance, now you're accepting that in friendships, you're in a close place, and then you go out. Probably you go to a show based on the fact that you're a music person and all that.
Okay.
You go to a show and things like that, and the person does something of such nature again for the first time, for the second time. Would you consider that as being toxic?
Yes, because um it's not intentional again because
Mm-hmm.
sorry, it's intentional.
Yes.
Anything that is being done one more than one time, two
Yes.
times, is intentional. So that means that person is intentional about it. So he's doing it. He knows, he's aware that this thing I'm doing, he knows that it eats you each time he does it. So doing it again is intentional. He did it intentionally.
Yes.
So I'll consider it toxic.
Okay, okay, that's nice. For those of you who are watching us, please, if you have any questions, I am actually watching my screen now, so just drop your questions and we'll surely attend to you. Thank you for being there for us. Okay, so now, what do you think builds trust in friendships, partners, business partners, friendship, marriage, or anything? What do you think is a factor to building trust amongst friends, amongst lovers, or something?
When you're being truthful, your people will trust you.
Mm.
When you say a word, this is what I want to do, and you keep to it, they'll
Mm-hmm.
trust you.
Okay. Okay. So, for instance, I'm telling you now that okay, let's say we're friends, and then um, we are supposed to do something together, and I'm not available. Or let's put it this way: that we are actually doing things together. I tell you things, and I don't tell you, and you tell me things rather. Okay, what about the situation where I feel like that thing I want to tell you, it's maybe I'm not ready for it, or maybe I don't feel like saying that to somebody. Would you consider that as a lie?
I don't get it.
Like, let me put it this way now.
Okay,
I'm open to you,
okay,
and I feel like you're open to me too in
okay,
friendship.
okay,
And then there's a situation where something happened to me,
okay,
and I did not tell you.
okay,
Probably I didn't even tell any other person. And then let's say one way or the other you find out about it. Maybe from the first source that was in that environment with me. Okay. And I have not told you as a friend. Do you think I lied to you when you discover it? Do you think I actually lied to you or kept something away from you?
That's not a lie, but you actually kept something, and it may be that you just want to, at least you don't want anybody to hear about it.
Yes,
So we have to respect each other's privacy as well.
that's very true. That's very true. Okay, what's your opinion on self-care in relationship?
Okay. Um, how do I answer this now? Okay.
Like for instance now, in self-care, like some people will be like, okay, I'm in a relationship with
Okay.
somebody. Um, at that moment, they don't feel like they are of any value. The only thing they want to do is it's only what the guy now wants or what the lady now wants that they are doing. They are forgotten about themselves. They are like they will say, I'm so in love. So what do you think about that kind of a situation? Because to me, I feel like self-care is actually very important. You first.
It's very important. It shouldn't be what you say, what you want, what
Mm-hmm.
no, it shouldn't be because it will get to a time abuse will always set in. It's real. It
Yes.
will set in, and that being in love doesn't mean you should lose your mind or lose your because that in it get. I think I see that as you losing your senses. So you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't lose your sense, even if you are in love. There should
Yes.
be something that should be your priority. This is what I want
Exactly.
to do. This is what I want. You should at least have some decisions that this is it, and
Okay.
it should be that way.
All right. Okay, so now this is actually very technical. Between your husband and your child,
Okay.
who should carry the highest of votes when it comes to loving them?
Ah. Everybody have their own part. okay, let me answer it this way. You can't exchange the love of your children for the love of your husband.
Yes, yes.
Your husband have his own place, and
Mm-hmm.
your children too, they have their own place. So
Okay.
it's two different things.
Okay, would you like say I love my husband more than my children?
So why will you say that? Why will you say that? You love your children and you
Mm-hmm.
love your husband.
Yes.
It's two different things. I love my husband. The love is different from the you
Okay.
loving your children.
Okay.
The love you
Okay.
have towards your children is not the same thing with the love you have for your husband.
All right. All right.
Okay, you love your parents. So the love
Yes,
you
of
have
course.
for your father is it the same love that you have towards your husband? No, it's
That's definitely a different thing. That's
so
very
it's a
true.
different thing entirely.
That's very true. A man of God said that we should, you should not, because you have a child, love the child more than your husband. Because let's say you give birth to a child today, in like 25 years from today, that child is grown up and is going to get
Everybody have
married.
their own space.
Exactly. So it feels like
Everybody have their own
your
space.
your husband at that moment is the one that's going to stay with you
They
forever.
can even go to boarding school. While they
Exactly.
are away, who will be with you? With your
That's true. It's
husband.
your husband,
So,
actually. Actually, okay. So there's a lot of sense in that. And tell us your point of view. Your husband and your child, or your wife and your child. Who do you think you'd love the most? And then we're going to now discuss something now.
okay.
Being a virgin.
Okay.
Do you consider that, okay, because I'm a virgin, I'm holier than somebody who is not a virgin?
Oh. No. 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 You can't judge being a virgin. You can't use that to judge you being holy.
Okay.
No, it's different because you can be a virgin while your attitude, hey, it may be something else.
Yes.
Because you're a virgin doesn't. I don't see any. I don't want to. It's not that it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing, but being a virgin is not doesn't mean you are holy.
That's true. You know, there is this set of,
Holiness has to do with your belief.
okay, there's this set of people who had a discussion and they were talking. I felt like, to me, being a virgin is a choice. Some people have not just seen the opportunity to actually get this virgin. That's why they are still virgins. They have not seen that space. So like for instance, some children, they give birth to them, they've been with their father, their mother. In fact, they can't cross. And those kind of children are children that the moment they have access to crossing anything, they
Turn
overdo.
the other way around.
They overdo. So the lady, I think she was about 16, 17 or so, and they were like asking her, do you think being a virgin is making you holy? She then made a statement that she being a virgin is her choice. It's not because she feels like it's a part of holiness or something. That keeping her body also is, if she sees a reason to actually like have sex or something, she's going to do it. But she has not seen a reason as to why
Even
they
some
should
ladies
have.
are being abused.
Exactly.
We have some ladies that are being abused. They want to be a virgin, but they are being the virgin even without their own consent.
Content, yes.
So in a situation, you can't say they are not holy.
Now let me put it. Let me bring something back. Something we actually talked about earlier.
Okay.
In a situation where a lady is a virgin, or probably not a virgin,
Okay.
but is raped, and during the course of that, she gets pregnant, and then she goes to abort that baby. Would you say she did the wrong thing? Because a lot of persons, they end up being damaged after a case of rape because of people stigmatizing them. They now look at people that are raped as if they committed one sin or offense, and then she goes with all that trauma and all, and she's like, okay, I don't want to give birth to a damaged child or something, and then she removes the child.
I wouldn't have advised such person to know it is not easy, the trauma, the pain, but still I won't advise the person to abort the baby. I don't want to mention him. We have a very popular. There's someone. The person is very popular. She's a result of rape. But
Wow.
if you see how God has helped her so far, she's even. It's not that she's proud of it,
Yes.
but she's happy. She's making impact.
Yes.
She's making impact. So, what if she has been her mom has terminated the pregnancy then, so she wouldn't have the or she won't have the opportunity to at least do what she's doing today.
That's
So
true.
I want
That's
to
true.
advise that
Somebody is
the
saying
baby
on the
should be
comment
aborted.
section
Okay.
that you have to love your husband and your wife first, then your children. That nothing should separate the both of you, like the husband and the wife. Nothing should separate them. So I think they're actually accepting what we're saying here.
Okay.
Okay, so now okay, now this is the big ogbonge question, like I'll call it, because I also need your point of view of this.
Yeah,
All the
I'll be
viewers
able
out there,
to
everybody watching us right now, please give us your point of view on this matter. Would you consider hookup a sin?
how do I answer this now? Okay. Um, no, there will always be a way out. Some people their excuse for for doing hookup is that yeah, they don't have anybody to sponsor them. They lack helpers, this and that. We even have some people that they don't have anybody, they don't have anyone,
Yeah,
and they are relevant. So there will always be a way out.
that's
That's
very
my
true.
belief. So I don't I don't want to say it.
Okay, there's this lady, huh? She's from a family of
Okay.
six.
Okay.
Her dad, her mom, and the younger siblings. So she went to school to write exams.
Okay.
And the family, her father and her mother, they were all flying back to the country. So she wasn't with them in that plane. She wasn't with them. And the plane crashed. Father, mother, brothers, and sisters, everybody died. And that was not the end of it, because that family, she's actually from a very, very wealthy family. Like, if all her life,
Yeah.
she has
Yeah,
known
some
wealth.
it's a part of the
She has
life.
known wealth all her life. And then uh, she coming back to the house now. Normally, with the wealth that she grew in, she's supposed
She
to
doesn't
be
have it
able. Yes, there's no reason for her to
to
even do something
go
wrong.
country.
But so very unfortunate, the family of the father chased her out of their house, collected everything the father owns from her, and then there was nothing, because she was in school actually, and funny enough, she was in her final year. Based on the fact that her father has been the source of everything she has gotten to the point she was, and then they took every single damn thing away from her. The only thing she could think of at that moment was being a prostitute. Her own was even as classy as having an apartment. You don't go like, she's not the one that stand on the road and stuff like
And how
that.
did she get the
She
money?
that's
The money she used to get the apartment, where did she get it from? We even have some lady that they just decided that this is my way of life.
yes.
It's not because they are stranded, it's not because they lack helpers, it's not because all these stories, I don't want to say crop stories, all these stories some people are giving, it's not that, that's not their problem. Some people just decided that this is how I want to live my life. This is what I want, this is how I want to do it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it's
Okay.
not all
So
about money.
yes, that's actually true. And then okay, what if being an hookup lady, because checking some recent updates on social media now
So
is telling that hookup has reduced the percentage of rape in our country, based on the fact that instead of you just like dragging a lady to the bush or something, and then one or two, you just go to the roadside, because they are actually very easy to pick on the way, and then you pay her, you have sex with her and stuff like that. Okay, so do you think, for the fact that they said it's actually helping to reduce the amount of rape, still a justification for doing
no,
that?
no, 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 no. Even if I'm to say some of these ladies, the money they are seeing, they are not doing anything with the money. Some are not doing anything with the money. Some of them are after material things. So do you now want to say they are getting the money they are getting, they are using it well? They are it's because they wanted to do something. Because some people they will say, it's because I don't have anyone to help me to eat, how to do it. You go the first time, the second time, and it becomes your way of life. And you some of them are somehow stranded sometimes.
Yes.
If they don't go out, some may not have money. So it's their way
And then after that one time, she
was
actually
pregnant.
quitted. But was exactly, but
I
was
know
where
was
you are going.
pregnant.
What would you say in that
She should give birth
situation?
to the baby. Be it a bouncy baby boy or a
All right,
baby
bounce.
girl.
Okay. So now, there's a scenario. I want to
Okay.
like paint a scenario. She's in a relationship. Probably after 4 months, 5 months, the guy leaves, or probably they broke up.
Okay.
And then let's say she holds on for like 2 weeks or a month, and then she sees another guy who tell her I'm in love with you, and they date for like let's say 2 weeks, and they break up. And then another one happens, let's say just short period of time, and then
People
the
start
relationship is
counting.
exactly. What would be your advice to that lady? Because some people will start looking at you as if maybe you're possessed or there's something that's wrong with the lady.
When it happens the first time, you can
Mm.
say, okay, fine. The second time, I don't think, even if you are going to enter any relationship, the
Yes.
third time, you should at least take your time. You should take your time, enough, more than enough of your time to study the person.
Yeah.
So you even have to go extra mile, commit him, let him know that if you are starting this relationship with me, you are
Yeah.
not just starting it.
Yes.
So um,
So would you think double dating is a sin?
how will you double date? How will you double date?
Because I feel like when you're not yet married to a person, the person did not place a ring on your finger, you've been dating. Because I've seen relationships of, let's say, 8 years. At the end of the day, after the lady has spent her time,
And before you
they will
talk,
now tell her, on Saturday night, your boyfriend they marry you. And she's been in the relationship dedicated and all. If that lady now goes into another relationship and she starts like, okay, let me have backup
no, no, no.
plan.
No. There shouldn't be any room for backup.
Okay.
There shouldn't be any room. Though such a guy is guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't still mean that you should change the normal person, the good person you've been.
All
So,
right. All right. All right. So thank you guys for joining us on today's session. And this is Unique Praise. In case you want somebody to do something panana for you, that's her. And she's into music. If you want to learn more, if you want me to invite her to the studio next time, just let us
okay.
know. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on today's episode. God bless you. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
End live now.
Mom, 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 mom.